When you are transiting, you must be patient. Look at a normal life. If you skip one step of your transition, what happens to you? Uh, the current hype song that is being danced to, kuna kuna. Uh, what do you think is exciting the old people into dancing kuna kuna? What do you think is happening? If today you found Mr. Wakanywa dancing kuna kuna, you will definitely take a video and post it on TikTok, isn't it? Why? Because there is something that excites him that he may have missed when he was down there. The same way, when you talk of academic growth and transition, you will find that if you do not grow into it slowly, patiently, you will find yourself at one point, you become knowledgeable in one level, but very, uh, allow me to use this word, danda in another level, where you cannot answer basic questions, but you can answer very high level questions. When it comes to even in the dating scene, if you jump your levels of relationships, when you get to another level, you'll always find yourself coming back to another level. So there is always the need for patience. And the second thing I would say, be truthful with yourself. Because when you're not truthful with yourself, you lose the patience. If you're not truthful with yourself, ujiambie, I need to be patient to move and get this thing based on my capacity. If at all it is wealth, utakuwa mwizi. You'll start stealing to acquire. And you'll have jumped the main process of developing and making your own resources.
Probably be very open minded, because in every change that is occurring in your life, you pretty much are going into the murky waters and you don't know what to expect. You might be stuck on one thing that you have in mind, but if you're not open minded, at the end of the day, you might be stuck at it and lose at the end of the day. So you don't know what you're going to find at the end of the road. So always be open. I know probably you might know one thing or another about what you're interested in, but you meet other people. Say, I'll use the option. I mean, like, say, in your workplace, you did finance, but at that particular point, they're giving you a marketing role and they're telling you just hang in there and do this marketing as we try to get something for you. So I know some people might say, okay, fine, I don't do marketing. I might not do it because I've done finance and it's just finance only. But I think in my own life, I've gone through such transitions where I'm doing something not necessarily because I really want to do it eventually, like say in marketing or whatever. But eventually it comes to tie into your career and you look like you have a very vast experience, overall experience. And you see with that you're able to have value at the end of the day, because everyone right now is doing a degree, everyone is doing every other. So you have to bring value to yourself. And so when you meet people through your networks and they're able to like enhance some skills and knowledge with you, just take it up. You never know. It will catch up with you and it will give you so much value and it will help you at the end of the day. And that, of course, comes in with humility, because if you're not humble enough to start from the ground up, that's the only way you'll build yourself up. So those are my key things that I have seen work perfectly in our work life.
Right. So you've spoken about patience, open-mindedness, and humility. I'm going to flip it and speak about drive and authenticity. Now, there are so many cases of young guys who, after school, you tend to just stay back in your parents' house and you're not really going out there to hustle. I don't know whether you've had cases like that, but in the recent times, there have been such cases and lots of them, what I would say is, please, drive is one thing that no one can give you. You've got to have it. It's the thing that's within you. What ambition, what do you want to achieve? It's got to start with you. What is the thing that you're chasing? What do you want to be? So that leads you to, what is the first step I'm going to make? Am I going to start applying for jobs? Am I going to start a side hustle? Am I going to start to be a writer online, for instance? With all these AI apps that are available to us, are you going to be creative with that? So having drive is very important to help you transition from one position to another. And while you're at it, being authentic, your true self. You do not have to create molds and big pictures of who you imagine yourself to be. Just be who you are. Authenticity does pay at the end of the day, because when you present yourself as who you are and work on the bare things like, your confidence, present yourself in a certain manner, those things help you in this transition period. You're able to really jump a step higher with these qualities as you move on. So drive, authenticity, patience, humility, open-mindedness, all good things.